Morning, guys. Today I'm going to show you how to do the ASP letter to the author. Right now I'm on my website, and all your information for writing a letter to an author is on the original ASP packet. So I'm going to go to that link off to the right hand side, that first link on the right. Click on this, and the packet will open up. I believe you have to scroll all the way down to page 18. So scroll down. Okay, right after the book review, you have the letter format. So first of all, this is the letter format. This is what your letter will look like. Obviously, you'll have to get rid of this. Okay, you won't include that in your letter. But the first thing you'll have on the left-hand side, everything will be aligned to the left. If you noticed, everything is on the left, okay? The first thing you'll have is the date. So you can put today's date, or you could, whenever you write the letter, that's the date that you'll put. You're going to skip a line. So this little symbol right here, this paragraph symbol, means that's a space. So you're going to skip a line. You'll put your full name right here, where I've highlighted, and then I want you to put the address of the high school. Please do not put your address, okay? All correspondence needs to be through the school. So make sure you copy that that mailing address correctly. After that, you can have 3 spaces, 1, 2, 3, and then you're going to put your author's full name, okay? Underneath the author's name, you'll put the address, okay? After the address of your author, skip another space, and then write Dear whatever, Dear Gary Soto, Dear Jane Yolen, whatever your author's name is. After that, you'll skip another space and start your first paragraph. What I'd like you to do in that first paragraph is to write about yourself. Introduce yourself, who you are, where do you come from, your background. Don't get too personal, but you want to give the author a little bit of an idea of who you are. You might want to write about how did you come about writing this letter. So that probably has to do with the ASP. So what book did you read, and is there a reason you chose this particular book? So what you need to do really is just kind of look at these questions. Obviously, if you want to write more, you can. These are just a couple of ideas, but this first paragraph should be all about you. After your paragraph, you're going to skip a space, okay? And I don't want you to indent your paragraphs this time. When you don't indent a paragraph, it's called a block paragraph. That's the type of paragraph you will be making. Block paragraphs. Do not indent. So you're going to skip a space and go on to paragraph 2. In paragraph 2, I'd like you to develop some questions about the book you read, or about the author, or both. For example, you might want to ask the author to clarify something you read in the book that you didn't understand, or could be interpreted in different ways. So an example of that would be, what did you mean in the book where Kitty, or whatever character, tells Lisa that he won't what? All right, so ask a question about maybe a character, about a certain scene, or about the plot that maybe you didn't quite understand, maybe the ending of the story, okay? Another example could be more personal about the author. So instead of asking about the book, you might want to ask something about the actual author, So an example of that would be, while I was doing research on your personal life, I learned that you had some tough experiences growing up. Maybe when he was growing up, he was bullied, or she was bullied. Maybe his or her parents were divorced, so on and so forth. Maybe there was a death in the family, and you're wondering if that experience did affect his characters or her characters in the book. So you might want to ask about the author's personal life as well. In your third paragraph, I'd like you to thank the author for his or her time. You might want to give a couple of compliments about the book or series he's writing, because authors like that. And then respectfully ask that the author writes back. Okay. Again, you'll skip another space. You put sincerely as your closing. Leave 3 spaces, 1, 2, 3, and type your name right here. You're going to type your name. Now, in these 3 spaces right here, when you actually print out your letter, you're going to sign with a signature your name. Okay, so your signature would actually go in this space right here, these 3 spaces, somewhere around here, and then your name will go down there. Alright, so the way that you'll do this is you'll go to Google, and all I want you to do is to create a new document. So I'm going to go to Drive, and you'll go to New Document. Okay, title this document ASP letter. Okay, and then you can begin typing here. Okay, I'd like you guys to use Times New Roman size 12, but you don't have to. All right, this is where I want you to use size 12, but if you want to change the font, you may. But please choose a font that is legible. Okay, that's easy to read. Don't choose a font that's really difficult to read. Okay. Just make sure you choose a font that's easy to read. Obviously, you'll go back to the packet, use this, okay, the letter format, and use this to help you write your letter. All right, when you're done, make sure you share it with me. This way I can see it. Next, I'm back in my packet, and hopefully this loads up. Let me try refreshing this. Just want to show you what you're going to put on your envelope. Hopefully it's already familiar with you, but some of you guys have never written a letter to someone, so just want to make sure you understand how to do that. Alright, so I'm going back down to my... Alright, so right underneath the letter format, the next page, you'll see the format for your envelope. Okay? Part of what you have to do is, 1, get a stamp from your parents, and then 2, you have to properly label your envelope. Now imagine we're looking at an envelope. Your name is your name, and then this address will go on the top left. The CO right here, you see right there, the CO means care of. That means the high school is taking care of the address. So Bogota Junior Senior High School and the address. Okay. In the center will be your author's name and the author's address. Now, some authors do not give their address out. Some authors use the publisher's address. So what you might have to do is write a letter to the publisher, okay, which means you'll have to find the publisher's address. But instead of writing the author's name, you'll put the author's name up here, care of whatever the publisher's name is, and then put the publisher's address. Okay, so basically that's like sending the letter to the company that the author works for. All right, and of course you put the stamp on the top right hand corner, and then put your letter in the envelope, and we'll mail it out. That's pretty much it. Okay, we will be proofreading your writing, so when you're done typing, don't print it out just yet, because we're going to have some other people, probably another classmate, look at it before we print it out and we mail it. That's it. Hope this was helpful.